Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rylie Lane, and in today's video I wanted to really just talk about calories, explain what they are, how to work out your calories, how you can still be super full eating low calories. At the end of the video I am also going to include some of my favorite low calorie foods that you can still eat while being in a calorie deficit. So if you have been following me, I am doing an 8-week fitness challenge and we're on week 2 this week. So make sure to subscribe if you want to follow me along for the challenge. And I'm pretty much just giving you all lots of tips and tricks on how you can kind of recreate the same thing, how you can lose fat if that is your goal, or if you want to maintain as well. And at some point I will definitely be going into a calorie surplus and be aiming to gain muscle. So let's just jump into what a calorie is. So I feel like people just throw this word around, but what actually is it? It is pretty much just a measurement of energy. So it's the measurement of energy that your body uses every single day, but it's also a measurement of the intake of energy you can have. So that's why all foods have a calorie number put to them, because that is the amount of energy that they provide. So our bodies are always constantly burning energy and therefore burning calories. So that is why you need to eat food, because you need to then replenish those calories that your body is burning. So your body can burn calories from the food that you eat, but it can also burn calories from the fat stores that you already have in your body. So that's why when people talk about being in a calorie deficit or they're planning to lose body fat, you want to aim to be using those fat stores in your body. Now, when I say that, you still need to feed your body food for the day, because, you know, an average female burns about 2,000 calories per day. But if you go, okay, well, if I just don't eat, then my body will just burn the fat that it has on it. That is not how it works. You need to do it very slowly and gradually. If you start to do that to your body will freak out. It will go into like a starvation mode and it will just basically hold on to any single nutrients that it possibly can, and it won't burn fat. The way that you need to burn fat is by just being in a really small calorie deficit, so that your body mainly gets its energy from the food, but it takes a little bit of the extra energy it needs from the fat stores you have in your body. Where when you're working out your calorie deficit, you do need to know what your maintenance calories are. And there's lots of calculators out there to try and calculate that. I will leave one in the description down below if you want to go and calculate yours, or if you need any help with it, please feel free to comment or DM me and I can help you work it out. First of all, that is like the main key thing you need to do, is work out what your calorie maintenance is. And the reason why everyone, and I will say, you can't just go and copy someone's calories is because every person is so individually different. There's so many different factors that go into it: activity levels, the size of your body fat, your muscle mass, like so much. So even though you may think you're like, oh, I'm the similar size to this person, I probably burn the same amount of calories, you probably don't. So definitely use one of these calculators. They're super simple and easy and straightforward. Go and use one of those rather than just copying someone's calories or macros. So once you work out your maintenance calories, which for me right now, being in lockdown and not being as active and not doing as many steps as I normally would, I'm probably sitting at about a 2,000 calorie maintenance. So for me, while I'm on this little challenge, while I'm trying to lose a little bit of body fat, I've decided I'm going to be in a 400 calorie deficit. They do normally suggest being in about a 500 is the max amount of deficit you should probably be in. So when I'm saying that, I'm meaning my maintenance is at 200 calories. So they recommend you to be 500 calories under that, which would be 1,500 calories a day. I have actually decided to just go 400 calories because I just feel like that little tiny bit of extra food, it just makes it more achievable for me rather than going into a 500 calorie deficit. And I know that I'll still lose fat eating that amount of calories. So I'm aiming to eat 1,600 calories a day. And then if we want to break that down into macros are the type of food you're consuming. So the 3 big main macros that all food fits into is, so there's protein, fats, and carbs, which I'm all sure you have all heard many people talk about. And so the thing that really confused me when I first started like hearing people talk about calories and macros is like, why do people talk about calories and macros together? Like, how do they fit in? How do you meet your calories and macros? Like, they're 2 separate things. They're actually not. So each of the 3 macros, 1 per gram, makes up a certain amount of calories, and then those amount of calories per macro then make up your total amount of calories for the day. So that explained in a little bit more detail means 1 gram of protein is worth 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrates is also worth 4 calories. And then fats are a little bit higher, so 1 gram of fat is worth 9 calories. I mean, you don't need to go and do these calculations because the calculator will work it out for you, but if you like want to kind of understand how calories and macros work in together, so it's like, say for me, I aim to, let me just get a calculator out so I can work this out. So for me, I aim to eat about 120 grams of protein. And then if you multiply that by protein is 4 calories per gram, that is 480 of my, oh God, 480 of my calories each day will come from protein. And then you kind of can work that out for each of the macros, and that's how the macros then feed into what your total calories are. So I hope that makes sense about where macros come into it. Each of the 3 macros are super important. You need to be making sure that you eat carbs, protein, and fat. Your body needs all of them, and they kind of all have different reasons and different ways that they work in your body. I'm not going to go into the macros in this video because I feel like that is a little bit too much information. This video will be super long. So yeah, that is just the basics of macros. But if you do want a more in-depth video of me explaining how macros work, let me know in the comments below and I can definitely film one of those for you. So something else I wanted to speak about, which for me personally makes being in a calorie deficit much more easier, is thinking about your weekly calorie budget. So for me, I am not allowed, that is like the wrong word to use. At the moment, I am planning to eat 11,200 calories per week. So what I do is break my calories down into different amounts per day. So when it's Monday to Thursday, I'm just at home, I'm working, I cook all of my foods, so I can afford to eat a little bit lesser calories during those days because I like to make really high volume foods that are low in calories that keep me full. But then when it comes to the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I want to like treat myself. Me and Connor like cook fun meals. We usually get a takeout on one of the days. So that I can still be doing those things on the weekend, I only eat 1,400 calories on Monday to Thursday. And honestly, that's super achievable for me. I have absolutely no problem doing that. I just make sure that I've pre-planned all of my meals. I'm eating super volume filled meals that are lower in calories, and that is like where the term volume eating comes from, and I'm definitely a volume eater. So volume eating honestly has changed my life when trying to be in a calorie deficit. Do let me know if you want another video about that, because honestly it's just like the best thing ever. You should definitely eat very voluminous foods, and there's a lot of like people out there that say you should never be hungry in a deficit, and that's because of you can still eat large volumes of food, you just need to be mindful of which type of foods you're eating. I do that from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm probably sitting at about 1,800 to 2,000 calories. I kind of play around with it depending what our plans are for the weekend and what we want to do. And then that also means that I can have a glass of alcohol if I want to. Alcohol is calories, so you have to make sure that you are counting what alcohol you are drinking as well. So yeah, that is like how you can look at your weekly calorie budget and still like enjoy your life, but still be in a calorie deficit and also not be hungry. Trust me, I usually get a little bit hungry on like maybe the first 2-3 days of being in a deficit, just because your body isn't used to that. But then after that, I am totally fine. I am like literally just get like normal kind of hunger. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that's kind of explained everything in terms of calories. I feel like that's quite a basic, but hopefully enough information for you to understand what calories mean and how you can calculate your own calories and all of that. And just for the last section of this video, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite low calorie foods. There are so many good options out there. You never have to deprive yourself of anything. So I'm just gonna go into the kitchen and grab those and we can chat through them and why they're so amazing. Okay, so I have all on this table here, like all of my favorite low calorie snacks, and also mainly kind of like dessert type things, because realistically that's where most of the high calorie things are when you're eating a lot of like chocolate and chips and ice cream and all that stuff that's like high in sugar. So yeah, all of those things that are just a bit higher in calories, there's so many great alternatives that you can eat when you want to be eating lower calorie options. First of all, I want to talk about protein yogurts. These are honestly the best thing. I mainly eat them for breakfast, but you can also have them for dessert or as a snack sometimes. So here are 2 examples I have. Obviously I'm in the UK, so these are UK brands. but I know in Australia they have YoPro, and I really, really love YoPro. That's a really good brand as well. So these are literally just protein yogurts. Say for this one has 20 grams of protein, which is insane, and it's about 155 calories just for this whole massive tub of yogurt. That's so good. And this one has a little bit less. This one has 17 grams of protein for only 90 calories. I had a chocolate one of this for breakfast this morning, and it was so delicious. This one's coconut. I haven't actually tried the coconut one yet. I think that should be really yummy for breakfast tomorrow. In terms of chips, if you really, really like chips or crisps, whatever you want to call them, we have these ones from My Protein, and they are barbecue flavored. They're only 100 calories, which is just unheard of for crisps. They are quite a small portion, but I mean, that's what you get. Other crisps are way more higher in calories, and this has 11 grams of protein because the main ingredient they are made from is soy. So that's where you get your protein from instead of them being mainly made out of potato. And they're actually really, really flavored. They have like so much flavor on them. They're so good. And then in terms of like bars and stuff, there's so many good protein bars out there. I have two at the moment. I've just got this lean protein bar from My Protein, which I love. It's white chocolate and raspberry flavored. So good. It has 17 grams of protein and it's only 150 calories. Like, that is just such a good snack. And then we also have this Quest bar, which is choc chip cookie dough flavored. This one is so good, especially if you heat it up. And it's about 200 calories. So there's so many good protein bars out there. I reckon just try out a few different flavors and see which ones you like the most. But protein bars are like honestly the best snack. They keep you so full and they're relatively lower in calories normally. And one of the best things ever, these are My Protein baked cookies. Let me tell you, I genuinely don't think I'm ever gonna eat normal cookies again. I know I often see posts about people being like, I don't know, those like diet culture type posts that are like, if you feel like a cookie, just eat a cookie. Honestly, this tastes literally like a normal cookie, except it has 14 grams of protein in it. So I just don't understand why you wouldn't eat this. Like, I would definitely go for this because it has more protein in it. It's gonna keep you fuller because it has that higher protein content, and it tastes like a cookie. Like, honestly, how can you go wrong? I totally recommend these baked cookies. If you've not tried one, try them right now. They're also really, really inexpensive as well. My Protein always have discount codes, and we just got a box of them for like £10 with 12 cookies. I honestly love My Protein. I can't even tell you, they're the best thing ever. And then just a few replacements or something. Replacements, is that the right word? I don't know. Or alternatives for like true dessert type things, because I love dessert. I eat dessert every single night. I just plan it in my calories and make sure that literally in the morning I'm like adding what am I gonna have for dessert, and then just make sure whatever I eat for the rest of the day allows me to have that dessert at nighttime. So here are a few of my favorites. This is an ice cream by Asda. Very similar to Halo Top in terms of like calories and all of that, but this flavor is caramel popcorn. And let me tell you, it literally tastes like caramel popcorn. I don't know how they do it. So I usually go for this one just because I love this flavor, but Halo Top is another really great option if you don't live in the UK. Another thing I love is hot chocolates because we're in the middle of winter. It's freezing. I love a cozy hot chocolate. I actually haven't tried this flavor. We just had to buy a new one because we ran out, but this brand is so good. All of the hot chocolates are about 40 to 45 calories. This is a white chocolate flavor. I just think, oh, I'm gonna have this tonight. I'm so excited. But otherwise, I love the salted caramel, or there's like a chocolate mint, and it's just so good. You literally just mix it with water, but it's so creamy and honestly delicious. Next, this is like a traditional dessert. I love caramello koalas, but if you are in the UK, you can get a Freddo version of this. It's just not koala, but it's exactly the same. This is 75 calories. And caramello koalas or caramel chocolate is my favorite type of chocolate, and 75 calories. Like, what? That's so good. And then the last little thing I wanted to show you were these Fiber One bars. These are not very high in protein. They are quite high in fiber, but they're only 83 calories, and this is chocolate fudge brownie flavor, which is so good. But they do a few other flavors like salted caramel. They have a birthday cake one. So these are just a really, really good snack, especially if you do need a bit more fiber, or just as like a little go-to dessert that's quite low in calories as well. Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna stop there with the snacks because that's a lot. So I feel like this is my low calorie snack suggestions, but I can definitely do other like low calorie swaps for other things you'd eat in your diet, because I have so many that I have discovered over my time of calorie counting and tracking that I can definitely share with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave a playlist up on the screen if you want to keep watching me, but if not, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Bye.